What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology Retold action, spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. Zeus? It's not Zeus, it's Zeus. His name is Victor. Victor the Great, Victor the Wise, Victor the Zeus Abuser. Like, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to introduce the next player just very shortly, but for those of you who don't know, people like to call doing things that is very, very strong or very, very effective in Age of Mythology abuse. For those of you who didn't understand that terminology, that's all that means. And the fact that he's playing Zeus right now against his opponent, who is spawning on the right side of the map, playing as Gaia. His name is Hagrit. That's why it's abuse. Because he's picked Zeus and he's now playing against Gaia. And this should be, by all intents and purposes, a very, very good matchup for the Zeus. But I'm excited here because Hagrit, he is no regular gamer. This guy, he's got a brain, and it is the size of Jupiter. That's how smart this man is. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and we are seeing a cheeky little pickaxe coming through here from Hagrit. It's a little bit late. It's a little bit on the late side. I wonder why he did that. Who knows? Anyways, we'll see how the game's going to go. The map is AoM. And if I go into it a little bit, because I know people go, oh, Boyd said the Civ's OP. It must be OP. I wonder why he didn't tell us. What a jerk. Well, let's go into it. So the reason why Zeus is in a really, really strong state right now, and not just Zeus, but also Poseidon, is because they've got access to the classical age god, Hermes. And this god unlocks the centaur. We've been hearing a lot about centaur. We've even got people in the chat right now saying, well, not right now, they were saying before, and by say people, I say Loggy. He was actually mentioning that there's actually currently 2 bugs associated with the centaur that he has found. He is a bug finding specialist, the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. So anyways, point is, centaur, very good. Gaia, not very good at dealing with centaur. That being said, I think the idea of going for Terma heroes is very, very strong. And not just Terma heroes, but the idea is double counter barracks here against the centaur. If your opponent goes for centaur. Reason being, if you build Terma, what is your opponent likely going to want to make? Or not just Terma. Oh, we see Athena. Never mind. I take it all back. I'm not going to tell you the strategy because it didn't happen in this game. Never mind. I will tell you. If you build Terma against, or Terma hero against your opponent's centaur, what is your opponent likely going to react with? Stables. Hippias. Guess what you go after that? Catapulties. Living the dream. Then your opponent goes, oh shit. Well, do I build Toxotes? I've already got Terma. I can't do that. Well, I better build Hoplites. And you go, well, damn, you build Hoplites and then you hit the resign button. But that would result in a very fun game nonetheless, as we are indeed seeing LETO. What is this game? I was having this conversation with someone. Actually, I'll tell you who it was. I was having this conversation with Soup the other day, talking about delayed advance times and the benefit of advancing a little bit later in the game. Athena as well. We already mentioned that. But and I was like, the problem with some gods is that minor god X, minor god Y, counter minor god A, and counter minor god B, respectively. But you don't know what your opponent's going, so how are you supposed to pick the correct one? And then it's like, just go up a minute later. Not that Hagrid's done this, but you could. It would be dangerous, but you could do it. Nonetheless, we are going to be seeing LETO here, and there are currently 1, 2, 3, 4 oracles. Up. The sneakiest oracle you've ever seen in your life manages to survive. Victor, I know you're coming to the hunt out here, but this poor oracle, what did he do to you? As we see an automaton rushing forward. Holy getting. That guy went on a trip. Are you kidding me? As another automaton going to be coming in. The big bonus. We haven't seen many automatons in a game of Age of Mythology before, but the big bonus of the automaton is that it gets one banged by Heracles. No, it can heal itself up. It's all bashes the guy, so they get to safety. No, he dies. Oh, that's so upsetting. The big bonus of the automaton is that he can heal up, as that Heracles is going to chase these bad boys all the way. Yeah, this is like the first automatons I've ever seen, and I think this is going to be the last automatons I've ever seen at this point, but we'll have to wait and see. One extra counter I think you can do to prevent your opponent from... I don't know if you can do it, actually. Let me have a quick look. You might be able to. Yeah, you can totally. You can put the military building on top of your opponent's unit. You don't even have to finish it. I don't think it deletes it until it's finished. Or I don't think it deletes it at all. But just having like some HP on it will prevent your opponent from sneaking in there to rebuild that one until it does expire. Or at least you'll know he's there if he comes and kills it off. But the units are coming in. How much longer on the automaton does he get there? He gets there! The madman! He saves his automaton! Hallelujah. There is a god, and that god's name is LETO in this game. Terma coming through, sniping a Toxodia here as those are going to be retreating back. And we do indeed see the automaton is back and ready for business. But while this is all going on, Hagrit not paying attention. The Minotaur causing problems over there. We see the spider leg getting dropped down. Has Hagrit paid attention? No, he is not. He's got turn around and shank. Yes. Hero citizens are mightily heroic. That's the saying. Up. 1, 2. Value. LETO OP. All right, guys. From now on, you go LETO against we go LETO against Zeus every single game because the automatons are very, very good, and there's no sense in not doing this because this is just going to town right now on our main man Victor. But one thing here that Victor has done really, really nicely is he has been... Look at that Vortex level micro from Hagrid. I told you he's got a big brain, but did I mention he can also micro like a god? As he is sniping units off left, right, and center. But Victor is doing a really nice thing here. He is saying, you know what? Instead of retreating all the way back off of this time, I'm just going to sneak. As the automaton will chase this bad boy down. Automatons have got a 4.2 speed. Do they have enough to catch a Minotaur? I think they do. Get out of the way, Murmillo. You're in the way. Let the automatons whack. Okay, never mind. It's not going to happen. All right. As all the units getting bashed back here. Hagrit coming in onto this position, going to be attempting to take out some of those villages on the back line as the units rushing in. Good micro from Victor as he manages to snipe one of those Murmillo there. The units pulling back. Great control by Victor, playing from behind at the moment to some degree as the units have to retreat back. The hard part now for Hagrit and also for Victor is somehow, some way killing off that Heracles. So only got 110 HP. So we see a little cheeky upgrade coming through here for Hagrit. He's got himself the warrior automaton here. Hephaestus Revenge, giving himself some HP regen, but more importantly, extra HP on those automatons. They are very, very strong here. Hagrit needs to target down that Heracles. Don't worry about the Toxotes here, because that Heracles is everything. Is one automaton going to be getting taken out? The units here still going after each other. As that Heracles just got so much value as Jason joins in, and now Hagrit will have to retreat back. He loses so many automatons in that fight right there. They're getting HP while they're dead. Wait, do they? No, they don't heal themselves back to full HP and just... Really? Okay, one spider egg dies. Two dies? I'm not even sure. 2 die. 3 die? All 3 of them die. As the automaton's getting sniped down on the retreat here. But Hagrit, he's going to be sneaky here as he moves his automatons forward to rebuild. Look at these guys slowly getting HP back. But what happens? Do they die eventually? How long do they stay here for? It doesn't say. I don't know how long they stay there for. Eventually they're going to get removed. But again, the hard part for Hagrit, it's always going to be the hard part for Hagrit. These automatons are actually doing work in this game. But the hard part is killing off those heroes. And without Arcus, it's really, really challenging as he is going to start to focus those down. Bolt there onto that back Cairo Ballast. Their good usage of the bolt. There is still going to be restoration remaining as Hagrit pulls back into his main base onto those cows. Units retreating back through that little gap in the wall there. I like that little play from Hagrit, but he's now out of gold. Citizens can move up onto this gold mine over here or these villages over and sneak a gold mine. So he's got a lot of play in this game. It's not going to be simple for Victor to find a gold starve as the automatons, they do disappear. Sad state, but a state nonetheless. Because here's the thing, right? The Terma, they don't really do any damage. The Murmillo, they don't really do any damage. Automaton raids are now in hot. But Heracles is speedy. He's got 4.8 speed. He is going to chase that automaton down and say, get out of here. Smack. 1 smack, 2 smack, dead. Nice defense there by our main man, Victor. As Victor is now up on the top side of the map, spotting the gold mine. And the units will be in hot pursuit. Now, Hagrit could also, if he really wants to, pull his citizens off of this position and then move over onto here as an idea. This is a very, very common defensive resource that Atlantean players have been doing for a very long time. But the units here for Hagrit going to be sneaking through, attempting to find some villager kills over here as the automaton go into town on those hoplites down the bottom here. And a cheeky little spider egg. Spider lair getting cast down yet again. It's very, very cheap. Holy cheap. Okay, I need to go LETO. Okay, LETO is the new gold we're going to be trying with Gaia from now on. Hagrit has convinced me. Even if he loses this game, he's convinced me. As the automatons coming through, getting a huge amount of damage onto those hoplites. Unfortunately, the automatons over here do get beaten up there by the heroes. As now restoration coming in, and Hagrit needs to pull back. He loses his Carabalus, or almost does. Yes, he does lose his Carabalus. He loses all of his Terma right now. As Hagrit pulls all the way back to his main base, he can heal or repair those automatons up if he so chooses. As the villagers have moved over onto this gold mine. Military barracks coming down. They've moved off of that one there. A couple more military buildings coming down as well. And Victor is allowing Hagrid in this game, in all honesty. And the more automatons he gets out, the better. These cost only, what is it? It's only 6 favor. They're so strong. This is such a good play here. And he's already in the heroic age. How does Hagrid do it? This Stymphalian bird is scary. And look at this. We're going to be able to start seeing those Arcus coming through. And Arcus, those bad boys kill off heroes very, very quickly. And once the heroes are down, those automatons, they're scary. They're strong. As the heroic age now coming through for Victor. I think I would have liked to see Trader here. I think instead of going for the Stymphalian bird, go for Rhea as the army sneaks. Well, doesn't sneak. It sneaks. Zero sneaking here from Hagrid. He walks straight by that granary and gives away his position. And Victor is no slouch. Whoop, 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 whoop. He sees the villagers. And the army, whoop. I don't know if it's worth it to sack all those Murmillo for these villagers over here, but he's going to go for it. 1 villager down. 2 villagers down. Army over here getting taken out. We see heavy infantry already in. Units are down. You got to retreat. Run for it. All right, but over on this position, we are seeing the Manticore does get taken down. Nice play there from Hagrit as Victor. He is trying to figure this game out in this position. He's managed to kill off a lot of Murmillo there, but in the trade of a Manticore, it's still a fairly close trade here. As what is Hagrit making at the moment is he's retreating back. He's making some Arcus. He's got to snipe those heroes. If he snipes the heroes, he wins the fight. It's not even close. And those, you've got to, I had this feeling, right? I had this feeling that the flying units would dodge arrows a little bit better, but I don't think they're dodging anymore. I think those heroes got a bit of an update as the Stymphalian bird peels all the way back, and now the automatons will start getting targeted down. We do see Contarius coming through with those automatons onto the back Manticore over there. Hero Arcus coming in to the mix here as the Heracles starting to get taken down. That very low HP Stymphalian bird getting some bleed damage in onto the heroes. Does manage to slowly take them out here as one automaton going to be getting taken out. But when you take a fight against Gaia, who's got automatons, you better win that fight, because guess what? Those automatons are going to be coming back with big numbers, as we are going to be seeing him pulling back right now to get those back into the fight here. It's going to be a big assistance as Victor pulling back in. We see the Contarius coming in to raid this gold mine over on this position here. Is there a gold mine left? There is no gold mine left in the main base. Victor has found himself in a very difficult position moving forward as all these automatons that he's massed up, he's been spending so much effort on keeping these bad boys alive. They're going to be coming back into the fight. He's got to start coming in and getting those ones as well. I think it takes a long time for the automatons to leave. Automatons, ladies and gentlemen, I've been hearing LETO is trash. LETO is terrible. LETO is a F-tier minor god. Hagrit's showing us, you're all wrong. You're all wrong. There is no need for a LETO buff. There is just need for LETO gameplay. As Victor pushing forward, Archer's going to be in a bit of a troubling position right now as the automatons are not in the fight just yet, but we'll see how things are going to go as the Stymphalian Bird getting some damage done onto the Manticore right now. The automatons, they take a while to come back, but they're about to be back in the fight on the front here as well. Trying to get them back up to full HP. It takes a long time though. It takes a very long time on this position. They are not coming back up just yet as more automatons going to be coming in onto the front here. He's got to snipe down those heroes. That's first, second, third, fourth. That's just everything he needs to do. Actually, funnily enough, it might be worthwhile for Hagrit to actually build another temple here, considering how much favor he's got and how little favor these automatons actually cost. As the automatons diving in after the Manticore, the heroes are able to finally take them all out after they did get that recharge back in. And now Hagrit will have to retreat back, and he has lost his big advantage in this game. Where is his economy? He's got so many more units, but he's just not able to win these fights anymore. I think that fight went poorly for the express purpose that Hagrit pushed forward before his automatons were ready. He pushed forward before the automatons were ready, so his Arcus had no front line. So the hoplites could just run in and absolutely massacre that in those sorts of engagements. As now it's 113 pop, Hagrit still has got the economic lead. He's still got a population lead, but Victor has got the army lead. As Hagrit's going to be retreating back, he drops down another spider layer on the front here as the army going to be attempting to take this one right now. He does have a couple more spider eggs behind this that he could retreat into as the Heracles comes through. Going to be able to take down those warrior automatons very quickly. Odysseus also in the fight, getting some serious value here as the automaton going to be chasing in, charging in onto that Manticore to just send that one back. But all of those automatons have been taken out here as we see some military barracks coming up. Citizen going to be retreating away. There is a gold mine over here. There is a town center up for Hagrit at this point. More Manticore coming in onto the fight here. But Hagrit has got the income. He's got 1,000 gold in the bank. If he can just spend his resources and get himself back into this game, it's very possible for him to find a win still here. We do see a cheeky little palace attempting to get thrown up onto this position. I'd love to see every single one of those citizens helping up with that palace. If he can get it up, it's going to be very helpful, but he's going to have to make a run for the town center. As the Manticore coming over here. Can you snipe down the Manticore or not? Palace trying to come up. Those Manticore are getting so much damage here. But the Palace will be helping out to hold this town center. But a lot of villager kills. That is a very big deal. Meanwhile, is there an Arcus hero here? All the Arcus going to be going after that Manticore. So the Manticore does have a huge amount of HP and pierce armor. It takes a lot of damage to take that one out. But it looks to me like Victor has done the damage, and Hagrid is in pain. He's going to lose this town center to those Zeus hoplites. The palace is pretty strong, but it's not strong by itself. You need units behind it. I think that's the good thing about Age of Mythology. I think a lot of players out there go, I put up a keep, I put up a palace, I put up a castle, and it just does not defend me. And I'm like, it shouldn't. It should assist your army because it's worth population. This unit here is doing 30.6 pierce damage per second. Compare it to an Arcus, this is doing 6.5. This costs 2 population. What is that? That's like 12 population or something. 12 population in that palace. It's a big thing. But front has been taken out. We see flood control coming through. And the big question right now is, what is Hagrit going to do? He's not making those oracles. So he's not got any more myth units here in this game. He's going to have some of those hero Contarius to send forward. Peltaster out right now here for Victor as well to snipe down those Arcus on the back as the cavalry are going to be charging through. They do tank quite a few shots as the Contarius can snipe down those Manticore on the retreat run here. Hagrit has caught Victor out ever so slightly. He needs to not charge straight into those hoplites, because those are going to be able to really get some big damage done on the front. But the Arcus on the back are trading nicely here as well, as we are going to be seeing those heroes getting sniped down very quickly on the back here as well. But 120 to 100 population, 2.2k to 1.6k here, and Hagrit does decide it is time to retreat away. As the Heracles going to be bashing away as well. Nope, he's able to take the fight fairly nicely. Another Manticore going to be coming in, and with no heroes at the moment, Hagrit's going to have to retreat away. He's insisting on this town center. He's insisting on it. There's more Dryads are going to be coming in. There is a town center up for Victor. Both players are now at equal villages, and in terms of actual income, equal villages means advantage Greek player. So we see a palace coming up on this position here for Hagrit. And he's getting this upgrade, or wants to get this upgrade, Poseidon's Secret. It's very expensive, costs 30 favor, but it makes cavalry cost 15% less resources. 15%. That's a big discount. It pays itself off very quickly, especially with a 100 resource count unit like a Contarius. There's farms coming up everywhere. Hagrit's already got himself flood control, so these citizens are gathering very quickly. But the longer Hagrit waits here, the harder it's going to get for him to be able to clean up the units which Victor has. How are the armory upgrades looking? Non-existent. How are the armory upgrades looking over here? Non-existent. Armor is not important. Economic upgrades are important. Units are important. Armor's a little important. It's definitely worth getting your copper upgrades at the very least. As the Contarius is going to be sneaking through here, looking for something to do. Now, I did recently investigate the Dryad. I don't think it's worth building until you're at full population, in all honesty. It's probably better to build more automatons out. Anyways, nonetheless. Contarius coming through. Getting some good raids. Good distraction there from those units as he's able to kill off. Get a couple more kills over onto this position. Oh, never mind. The Contarius just thought they'd have a chat there. Decided what they want to do. And the villagers are going to do a little shanky. As the army coming in, attempting to take down a town center. With those Dryads, he does get a fair amount of hack damage done onto the town center. Down to 1,000 HP. It looks like it might get finished off here. Nice win here for Hagrit as he's able to continue pushing forward. Victor is on the edge of getting pushed out of this game right now, as for some reason, even with all of those villagers in, he's just not able to get his resources spent. He's got a lot of resources in the back, needs to put down a ton of farms, but he is struggling right now to deal with the might of Hagrit's macro. Hagrit's macro being Gaia's macro as well. Gaia's economy is absolutely stonking. There is another technology available here which Hagrit has not got, which is well worth considering at the very least here. I just saw it in chat. Oh, man, Hero Destroyer. This is such a smart unit against what Victor's doing. There's no way for him to kill this one, as he can just dive in and take out Manticores very simply. I mean, he's got to click on it, but this is going to be a very tough to kill unit. 182 HP, 75% pierce armor. Yuck. Bom, 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 bom. Okay, now we're singing while we're watching this. But Hagrit, he is on the warpath. He's got himself the military resource advantage right now, but he needs to convert here some way, shape, or form. As the Hero Arcus come through, snipe down that Manticore. There are other Hero Arcus in the fight as well. As the Dryad's coming in, attempting to take out that Manticore on the back there, but the units will be retreating away for the time being. As he has to. Hagrit needs to consider getting to the next stage. There's one upgrade, and I think this is the secret for Atlanteans to beat archers, to beat an archer ball of Greek. The secret is Atlas and this upgrade in the palace. It's going to show up. It's not going to show me. In the upgrade called the palace, Titan Shield, and then you make destroyers. And that forces your opponent away from those archers because it's 50% reduction in pierce armor. Those destroyers just don't die anymore to archers. I think they go up to like 99%. I need to check that. I don't know that number for certain. But they're very, very tough to kill. As a Contarius, going to be swinging around the back here. Starting to shank down. Those archers are in a great spot over here. Peltas, they're terrible if you don't micro them. They're great if you do. And we aren't seeing them getting the value in this game. As the destroyers swinging in as well, they're going to be tanking quite a bit. We see some Hero Arcus coming through to kill off the Manticore. And now we see the Atlas. And there's 4 Palace out right now for Hagrit. What I'd love to see is that Conscripts upgrade at this point to get those destroyers really, really pumping. But with Atlas on the way, Victor is going to be sniffing this, and he feels a big push able to come through. As Hagrit retreats now underneath his palace, this does give him an artificial boost in this fight, and it's no small number, that's for sure. So he's going to be able to hold here for the time being. It's that destroyer here for Hagrit. Needs to get onto the onto those Manticore here. We see a couple more hero units coming in onto the back. Going to be able to snipe down those Manticore on the back there. And Hagrit has managed to win that fight. And Victor is yet again back in to the problem that he had once before. As Hagrit has to retreat all the way back, and those Contarius are going to be charging in to try and take out those Manticore. A good little flip there by Victor to keep himself alive, as now we finally see Volcanic Forge coming through. Huge amount of pierce vulnerability for all human units in this game. And oh my god. And then you get Titan Shield on top of it. Are you kidding me? 75% pierce. Going to go up even more. We see a Restoration coming through. Hagrit going to be retreating back. Got himself 40 favor. Titan Shield. How much does it cost? 15 favor. So cheap. Please, for the love of God. I want to see the technology in this game. Titan Shield, show me it. Victor, don't tap out until Hagrit clicks up with Titan Shield. I'm telling you right now. As the Destroyer is coming through to take down the fortress on the front here. Champion Contarius coming through. Champion Arcus. And there's the Titan Shield. The Titan Shield is on the way. Happy days. Contarius are unfortunately face planting into spears, and they will be getting taken out. But the Destroyers will be taking out that palace first. Now, Victor does have gold mines all over the map. But Hagrit also has got himself a Mythic Age God Power here if he wants to use it. It will slow him down a little bit, but he's taken all of this top area. He's going to be having 4 town centers. Titan Shield is about to come in. Heavy Destroyers is in as well. 79%. Watch that pierce down right here. Watch that pierce armor. Boom, 90%. Are you kidding me? And they still have got iron shields to come. 90% pierce armor. Are you kidding me? These units aren't going to take any damage anymore. I mean, they're taking damage from hoplites, but the Arcus can kill off those hoplites very, very quickly. As the town center just about to come up. And in that moment, Victor taps out and Hagrit walks away with a gigantic grin on his face because he just made LETO work in a world where everyone's telling him LETO is trash. LETO is not trash. LETO is great. LETO is strong. LETO for the brave. LETO for the wise. LETO for the Destroyer abusers. We are now LETO lovers. Next game we play with Gaia. No matter the matchup, we're going LETO. Guys, if you enjoyed this game, please don't forget to hit the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.